Hi guys, welcome back to the Call Me Other podcast. I hope you all are having a wonderful week. It is one and only Faith here. You see it down there. Be sure to follow me on social medias. I never plug myself. I just don't for some reason. I don't know. But guys, I wanted to come and talk to y'all this week, and I told y'all that we would be lightening up this week, so that's what we gonna do. So, first of all, let's start this week with a big sigh of relief. Go to those stores and look for a Christmas gift for the ones you love. And if they don't have anything, just give them a gift card. I'm telling you, Starbucks gift cards come in hand and D. Okay, I've never heard anybody complain about them. So don't be feeling no pressure for no Christmas gifts. $25 is always the limit for me. Not the limit, but the big starting point. Don't be too cheap. Don't nobody want no cheap gift. Give people stuff that they can like and, hold on to, something that's useful. So, just giving y'all some Christmas gifts etiquette there. And if you're at work and, I don't know if they did that this year, because I know for Thanksgiving they didn't allow them to do the potlucks. So I'm not sure if they're doing gift exchange at work this year, which is understandable. So, But y'all, we are this much closer to 2021. We are almost there. We just got to keep chugging on the road. And not that 2021 guarantees anything, but I think everybody loves fresh starts. And you get a fresh start. You're getting a fresh start on January 1st of 2021. Vaccine is out there. Many countries are proving it, so hopefully it will be making its way here to the United States. I know a lot of people have opinions on the vaccine, but let me just tell you this. If you don't want to take it, nobody's putting a gun to your head and telling you need to take it, but this is something that we are giving to our military. Everyone loves veterans, and something that we are giving to so many of our frontline workers that are taking this. So while I don't blame anyone that doesn't want to take the first antidote, hopefully by the end of the year they'll be getting it all together. But don't feel too antsy or feel too much like, vaccines are faux or stuff like that, because there was a measles outbreak in 2019, and guess what? None of us got it because we're vaccinated. So just be able to do your research, watch and see what others do. I know they said the presidents are going to take it, so just take it one step at a time. And if you feel inclined to take it, take it. If you don't, then don't. But don't try to take people that want to take it. Don't try to get in their minds and manipulate them to believing something that's not researchable, something that you made up out of your head. We want to take this coronavirus very serious. And if you are like me, I got a trip planned and I'm trying to get there. So if y'all can take that vaccine and keep all of us safe who have made it this far without contracting COVID-19, I appreciate you, okay? But no, guys, this episode I wanted to talk about loving yourself. I feel like as a Black woman, as women, period, this is such a big topic. I feel like self-love is something that's often kind of talked about, but just in a sense of luxury, like being able to go to therapy. Therapy is a luxury, and I know many people may not believe that, but it actually is. A lot of people cannot afford it. It's something that many people have to have insurance, and many people don't have health insurance in this country, which has been proven time and time again. So many people think of self-love as like getting therapy, getting a gym membership, buying something, having to have some type of service, getting a wax, doing all of these type of things, taking yourself on a trip, things that take money. And a lot of us are struggling and don't have money right now. So that's why I think it's important that we evaluate loving yourself and self-love. To me, self-love is just being kind to yourself. I think we are so quick, especially as people, women, to beat up on ourselves, to beat up on our bodies. There's this whole BBL culture, this plastic surgery culture that's just coming out of the woodwork, and it's really making a lot of women putting even more pressure on their body that don't have the rotund booty, that don't have the peach butt and all that going. So I think that self-love starts with being kind to yourself. I think a lot of us are very hard on ourselves. I know I've been one to be hard on myself sometimes, but you cannot be your biggest hater, okay? You are going to attract the energy you give out. And if you give out self-hate to yourself, you're going to find people that don't appreciate you, that talk down on you, and that are negative all around towards you, because that's the energy that you're giving out. So it's not a very inviting, like, people aren't going to treat you how you treat yourself. And I know I used to be like, I don't think that's true. But really, if you hold yourself to a certain extent, you're not even going to allow people that's on other time to come around you. So I think it's so important when it comes to self-love to start with the inner workings and intangibles. So loving yourself and giving yourself that self-care really starts with things that don't take money. Like I said, just being there for yourself and being kind to yourself. I think that's super duper important. Also, a big thing towards self-love is who you keep around yourself. If you see people are taking advantage of you, neglecting you, doing all these type of things to you, not appreciating who you are, you know what you need to do? Send them packing, okay? Big self-love and self-care is evaluating what you have around you and how that's contributing to you as a person. Now, everybody isn't going to contribute the same thing, but don't let people be pessimistic and rain on your parade and not offer love and care and different things to you. That's a form of self-love if you allow people who are verbally abusive to you to stay around you and that are always laughing at you or making you feel less than. None of that. We don't want to hear none of that at all. That's a big type of thing of self-love and self-care. Like, no. And I think that also goes into our love life. I feel like as women, sometimes we want to make things work and we want to try to, hell is like, oh my gosh, we've gone through this much. But sometimes you got to cut that off and figure out a way to just really encompass and feel and want to be around yourself. Like, I think people are so scared of being single or being lonely. But let me tell you, if you don't love yourself and have your own happiness, you are not going to find that when you get a man and a family and start having these kids. Self-love starts within, and it's important that you learn to find that happiness and joy within yourself. So evaluate who you have around you, and if that means you lose everybody around you, that's okay, because you're always going to attract love. So other people will be invited into that energy now, because now all the negative and the naysayers are gone, and now it's only positive bubble time. Okay. And I think that's so important for women and as men to just be able to know who's around you. And I think so many people are scared of loneliness and scared of not having no one. But trust me, you will always attract friendships. You will always attract that good energy, especially when you have openness. I can't tell you, sometimes people who they have around them makes me not want to be around them. Don't be that person. You're missing out on loving, great, genuine people because of who you keep around. And that's the story of so many people. Like, I don't want to be around that because they around this, and I don't want to deal with that. I know I can be that type of person. So if you are and you have that going on, just evaluate your circle, y'all. Also, a big part of self-love to me and just taking care of yourself and loving yourself is just, like I said, but I think a big part of that is really, really connecting within and holding yourself accountable. I think sometimes we wonder, like, woe is me, why is this happening to me? But accountability is big towards self-care. Like, it's big. Like, you have to be accountable for your actions. You can't hold yourself accountable for other people's failures. So that's what I mean about accountability. Know how you move. Know that you are pure in your thoughts, pure in your intentions, and hold yourself accountable to that. So therefore, that's a big thing. I'm accountable for me, my actions, and my intentions, and me being pure towards other people. So when other people fail around you, friendships, relationships, even relationships with your family, all of that, when that goes astray, you can stay sane and centered because you've held yourself accountable, and you know you've put in the necessary work and the necessary tools to make yourself go above and beyond the call of duty towards holding yourself accountable. So don't be accountable for no other actions. That's not self-love and that's not self-care. Self-love and self-care is holding yourself accountable for what you do and only you do. So if you know you putting out 110% towards your business, towards your this, and you're not getting the right response yet, don't hold yourself accountable for other people. They just haven't found your YouTube channel yet. They haven't found your makeup line. They haven't found that yet. But when it happens, it will happen. Don't try to write yourself off and be like, I'm such a failure. No. You're not responsible for how other people respond to your stuff. All you can do is wait, stay patient, stay diligent, and hold yourself accountable. Continue to be consistent and do those great things. You know what I mean? So I think all of that is so important. But I just really want to encourage women to just hold themselves in a standard where self-love and self-care goes outside of just luxury things. Because I think so many of us love ourselves in such a conditional money way. Like, if I'm spending money on myself, that's a form of self-love and self-care. But not really. It's all about the intangibles, because sometimes you'll have it, sometimes you don't. So if you find yourself always buying retail therapy and just doing all these things to fill voids, have a real conversation with yourself. Get a sheet of paper out and write and do all of those things to help figure out a way to properly love yourself. You know, I look back into my younger years, when I was in my early 20s, I really was really hard on myself and I really didn't feel worthy. And I think I felt that way because of what was around me. And I feel like society can play a huge part in that. I was watching an Oprah show, and it's about this beautiful woman, and she had all these plastic surgeries. And she just said how, like, her ex-husband was just like, you're ugly, like he would be mean to her. And it's so funny how we internalize things that other people say about us. So that's why I said, just, you are able to kind of hold on to your future by how you see yourself. If you allow other people and how they define you to internalize, and that's ultimately how you see yourself, it can really lead to a lot of damage and a lot of trauma for you. So that's why taking care of yourself outside of luxury and outside of buying things is so important, because you are wonderfully made, you are purposefully made, and just because someone doesn't like it doesn't mean that your existence is inadequate. Who you are and your character that you have is so valuable, and I think that's so important. Like, I was watching y'all know that little viral clip of that old man talking to that woman, talking about, you are average woman, you don't deserve this. You are worthy, okay? You are worthy for the life that you want to live. Even if that means waiting a little while for the right person to share it with. When you are worth a prize, guess what? You will see, you won't mind waiting, because I'm not putting up with anything that's not worthy of what I'm on. And that's why I hate when people try to do this whole thing, well, maybe it's me. No, it's not you. If you are holding yourself accountable, if you're responsible, you working, you having a future, building a future for yourself, you're doing all these wonderful things, you don't need to do anything extra to make other people want to get on your bandwagon. Anybody that don't want to go, don't have to go. And I think so much of how we care for ourselves is unfortunately, excuse me, I thought I heard something. Is unfortunately put into a certain box because of how others see us. You know, society and our communities really impact how we see ourselves. You know, no one is born ugly. It's just that this societal, cultural, phenomenon with looks or ambiguity or certain features that somehow make people feel like, oh, I'm ugly. But no, you're not. It's just that they have things that are put on magazines. They have things that are put on social media that's deemed like, oh, this is the look. But there is no look. And I feel like that's a part of self-love, is being able to look in the mirror and all those stretch marks, curves. If you got a small frame, loving all of that, okay? Do you hear me? Loving yourself and taking advantage of, like, hey, I'm worthy and I am all of that. I think so many people want to try to humble people and be like, oh no, you need to settle or you need to do this. No, you are wonderfully made and you popping and can't nobody stop you. So have that confidence. I think confidence is a huge point of self-care and loving yourself. Be confident in who you are. I am who I am, and I am all of that. No matter what feature you hating on, yes, this is me. Just being able to own who you are. I think that confidence is a form of self-love, reassuring. It allows you to let those doubters not plague your mind and stop you from reaching your true potential. So confidence is huge. Be kind to yourself. Be confident with yourself. Be patient with yourself. Don't be comparing your life to other people's journey. Be patient with yourself. Always know that Rome was not built overnight. And while time is of the essence, it is important that you do allow yourself to give yourself an opportunity to grow, If you're in your 20s, guess what? You most likely going to get to your 30s, you're going to get to your 40s, you're going to get to your 50s. Don't put all this pressure on your life and put all this burden on your life to fulfill all these big dreams when you have your whole life ahead of you. You will get there. You will figure it out. God is good, and He will make a way out of no way for you, okay? So don't worry about just being burdened down and putting all this pressure. I got to do it by this. I got to do it by this year. I got to lose 100 pounds in 6 months. No, it's okay. The average person that's trying to lose weight loses a pound every week. So you probably make it a goal to lose 5 pounds in a month. Don't set out this whole thing to take on the world by yourself and take on the world in just a short period of time. It's better when you just let life flow to you and you just set certain things and be like, this is a lifestyle I'm adapting. I am now going to eat healthier. I am now only going to eat fast food once a week. I am now going to do this. That helps you in the long run, y'all. So I think all of those things are super duper important when it comes to that self-love and just giving yourself that time that you need. I could go on and on, guys, but I really want to just encourage everyone to love yourself because so many people are out there dying that are just dealing with unforeseen circumstances because of the lack of love that we give to ourselves. That's why I feel like the world is such in a disarray that it is, because we don't love ourselves and we can only portray and live a life that is what we think of ourselves. So you treat others how you treat yourself. It's easy for you to go off on others because you be going off on yourself and you're fed up with yourself. But when you're patient and you're loving and you're kind and you're worrying about energies and different things, I love that Tabitha Brown says, even if you ain't having a good day, don't you dare go messing up somebody else's. And I think that's so important, that when you're loving yourself and you're true with yourself and you're honest and you're living in your truth, that you can go out there and conquer the world. But it starts with those intangibles. So don't think you need to go invest in this new hair kit, this new luxury brand, all these different things. That doesn't make you a complete person. That doesn't mean you love yourself. While I do think you do need to travel and get it on and popping and all that stuff and date and do all these wonderful cute things, I think the most important thing is that you take care of yourself and you know that you are your most valuable asset. The most amazing thing about you is the skin that you are in. You are fearfully and wonderfully made, and you are more than enough, and don't let nobody tell you no different. Remember to love yourself, y'all. Love yourself. Oh, nobody else will, right? But no, peace and love. Take care of yourself in this season. Have a good holiday, y'all. Treat yourself right. Be there for your family. Be there for your friends. But most importantly, be there for yourself, okay? Y'all be blessed, and y'all have a good one. And I will talk to y'all next week. Make sure you stay tuned to the Call Me Other podcast. Exciting things happening in 2021. I know I'm excited. I'm excited to see the growth. I've been clocking new viewers and all that stuff. I'm kind of excited, okay? All right, y'all. Y'all be safe out there. All right, guys, that is this week's episode. Thank you all so much for tuning in this week. Be sure to tune in every week to check out all of our new episodes. We are available on all platforms: Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, Podbean, and I want to give a special shout out to J Visuals for the graphics. So be sure to stay tuned for more exciting things to come. Have a good week. Be blessed and in abundance.